It's June 9th, 2022. CCTV records 22-year-old Lisa Dodd and her boyfriend Deandre Holloway getting ready to enter their apartment to spend the evening together. Just seconds earlier, Lisa had made up with him after a heated argument and had driven him back home. Everything seemed calm, normal, but no one could have expected that this would be the last time Lisa would ever be seen alive. Shortly after, a man disguised in a mask is seen leaving the building, carrying what appears to be a basket containing things that would shock everyone to the core. He looks nervous as he walks toward Lisa's car, but it seems he forgot something, most likely the car key. He returns to the building to retrieve it, then rushes to a nearby dumpster where he is seen throwing the basket into the trash. No one knew what was inside the basket until the next day, when a construction worker discovered something disturbing.
Some slipper shoes too. Slipper shoes. Okay. They was red. They had blood on them. They all look like female shit. For real though. Male shit too.
Female and male clothes?
Yeah.
The following day, around 10 a.m., Lisa's mother arrives at her daughter's apartment to check on her, having received no messages all night and no contact for about 15 hours. But something is clearly wrong. She enters the building herself, and within minutes, neighbors are seen rushing to the apartment and opening the door. The mother comes back out, shaking visibly, while the neighbors' expressions speak volumes. Then she makes a terrifying 911 call.
911 with the address.
Yeah. Hi. Listen.
What's going on?
My girlfriend's daughter is killed. Yeah.
What's going on there?
My girlfriend. I'm sorry. My daughter's. She chopped her head off.
Police arrive shortly after and can be seen on CCTV rushing into the apartment where they make the worst discovery of their entirely careers.
Oh, please, Bobby, you're gonna make yourself known.
She wasn't kidding.
Sounded like the beginning scene of like Criminal Minds or something, you know? Like when somebody's tied up and they're trying to get out, and then all of a sudden the screaming got really, really loud and really intense.
Worse still, the killer had been one step ahead of investigators, completely disguised and unrecognizable. If the police hadn't acted quickly to apprehend him, it seemed he might have escaped forever.
He was nervous, you can tell he was really nervous.
Just your personal opinion, why do you think he's cutting his hair off?
Got in trouble.
And then I touched her, and she was cold, and so then I wanted to make sure that he just strangled her. And then there wasn't a head. Please find her head.
On the evening of June 8th, 2022, Lisa, who had just finished working at a restaurant, left home to pick up her boyfriend, Deandre Holloway, from his uncle's house after he had disappeared for several days following a violent argument with her. Meanwhile, Lisa was talking to a mother on the phone who was comforting her daughter about her unstable relationship with her boyfriend and telling her that she didn't like how he treated her, especially since she was in the last months of her pregnancy. Lisa was 8 months pregnant and they were preparing to welcome their baby, who was supposed to be a girl. They hadn't decided on a name yet, so they named her Baby Bean. Shortly after, we see Lisa returning home with her boyfriend. While in the car, she texted her mother saying, "I'm trying to figure it out." This was the last message she would ever send, and this image captured by a surveillance camera is the last time she was filmed alive. At first, it may seem normal, but this feeling is false, as her boyfriend had no intention of harming her openly, but would wait until they were alone. Lisa was probably excited to spend the night with a man she truly loved. She never imagined that he was about to end her life in one of the most horrific ways. At exactly 10:49 p.m., her mother sent Lisa a text message asking if she was okay, but she didn't receive a reply. At around 11:57 p.m., Lisa's boyfriend Deandre can be seen carrying a white laundry basket. He stands next to Lisa's car without getting in, suggesting that he forgot his keys. He has changed his clothes and is now wearing dark shoes and a face covering. He goes back inside and comes out again a few minutes later, carrying the laundry basket. He walks out of the camera frame and heads toward a nearby store with a trash container behind, where a surveillance camera shows Deandre throwing the white laundry basket into the trash container along with some clothes. The police will later discover that it contains pieces of evidence, including perhaps the most disturbing evidence they have ever seen in their entire careers. 2 hours later, Lisa's car disappears from the parking lot. The next morning, Lisa's phone begins to receive a flood of messages. It's been 15 hours since she last texted her mother, but all of these messages remain unanswered. Meanwhile, the first sign that something is wrong appears to the police when a construction worker reports finding something very disturbing in the dumpster.
What the knife look like? Down like that.
Okay.
That short, with teeth on that mother.
So like a paring knife?
Like with teeth on it, like you cut meat.
Like serrated?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that. That's what the knife looked like. Just
Was
like
the handle longer than the
wood.
blade, or was the...
No, it was short, about like this.
About...
Yeah, like that. Yeah, that
Okay.
long.
And when you picked up the knife, did you pick it up by the blade? Did you pick it up by the
Picked
handle?
it up by the blade. I mean by the handle.
By the handle?
Through that mother.
I got you.
There's oh shit, blood on it. That.
Was the blood on the handle? Was it on the blade? Was it covered in it?
Well,
Was
I
it
it was
dripping?
on the blade.
It was on the blade?
Yeah.
The construction worker realized that something was not right about the scene, so he quickly walked away before seeing the rest of the contents of the bin, which were even more disturbing than anyone could imagine. Meanwhile, Lisa's mother arrived at the apartment to check on her after not hearing back from her, unaware that what she would discover in a few minutes would make this the worst day of her life. She went inside, and 2 minutes later, the neighbors were seen opening the door. The mother came back outside, visibly shaking. Neighbors' expressions said it all. She then made a horrific emergency call to 911.
911 with the address of...
Yeah. Hi. Listen.
What's going on
My
there?
girlfriend's daughter is killed. Yeah.
What's going on there?
My girlfriend, I'm sorry, my daughter's, she chopped her head off. Got a message from her last night.
What was the last time? What time did you last hear from her?
It was like 9:05 or so. I had sent her a text, and she said they were talking. And then I tried again at 10, and she didn't answer. And then I tried this morning 2 times, and she didn't answer. And so then I came over here because she usually answers.
Okay. So last time we talked to her was last night when she sent your text message, right?
Yes.
Okay. The officers are coming. They'll be there shortly, okay?
I know.
Okay. Okay.
The police arrived shortly after to find the mother sitting on the stairs, crying.
Where we going on?
Apartment 4.
Anybody else here?
No, I didn't see it.
You have a key to get in? Right here. This one. Do you have the key?
Oh, I'm sorry.
While the officers were securing the scene, they never expected the horror that awaited them. On the second floor in apartment number 4, they found the door unlocked. As soon as they entered the house, they found Lisa's body lying in her bedroom. At least, they thought it was her body. Her head appeared to be wrapped in a towel like a turban, but under the turban her head was missing. It had disappeared. It had been cut off.
She wasn't kidding.
Can we go sit on these front porch steps though? Okay.
Well, I don't want to bother those people.
You know what? I'll tell them.
My car.
I'll tell them to go away, okay?
It's okay.
Well, I just... Sir? Apartment 4 upstairs to the right.
Oh my God.
Here, let's
Oh God, Lisa, why didn't you listen?
take some big deep breaths for me, okay?
And then I touched her, and she was cold, and so then I wanted to make sure that he just strangled her, and then there wasn't a head. Please find her head.
Police begin their investigation inside Lisa's apartment, but the mystery doesn't last long. Upon reviewing the surveillance cameras, it becomes clear that the last person to enter the apartment and the last to leave was her boyfriend. Police immediately move to bring him in, but it's too late. When they arrive, his sister surprises them with shocking revelation. He's gone. He's run away. Police realize that every minute that passes could mean he'll disappear forever. The search begins, and disturbing details quickly emerge. Lisa's boyfriend shaved his head completely, hair he had been growing for more than 3 years, changed his clothes, and tried to completely change his appearance. Not only that, he handed Lisa's credit card and apartment keys to his grandmother, left her car parked on the street with a sign on the windshield that read, "For sale." Then he left the place on foot, and during these crucial hours, the police summoned the neighbors on the floor below Lisa's apartment for questioning. But one of the neighbors had a terrifying story to tell, a story that would finally shed light on what happened inside Lisa's apartment on that fateful night.
Last night it was different. It was like we got home from picking me up from work. I got home from work around 9:30-ish,
Okay.
and their front door was cracked, which is unusual. They don't
9:30 p.m. last
Yes.
night? Okay.
they don't usually leave their front door cracked, and it was, and that was a little weird. And I heard like muffled yelling, like not screaming, but yelling in a way, kind of like in pain, like
Okay.
you just like snipped your finger with a scissor and you had to put some over your mouth so you wouldn't scream too loud. That's what it sounded like.
So you said it sounded like muffled screaming?
Kind of, but it wasn't too loud.
Okay.
And then later on, we heard like the apartment shakes a little bit whenever you move too much, and it started shaking. And we're like, okay, they must be fighting or something. And we were gonna wait to see if it got better, or like if it didn't, because we were just gonna go sit outside and wait it out.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to deal with it. And so whenever that was happening, the apartment was shaking, they were fighting about something, and then all of a sudden the screaming got really, really loud and really intense. And that was, I would say, probably about 9:45, 9:50. And then the apartment had like 5 or 6 loud like thuds, and they got louder and louder each time. Was like, it was very constant beats too.
Okay.
So that's what made me think it sounded like that.
Muffled screams, violent blows, sounds that will never be forgotten. And here, the story turns from a mystery into a cruel human tragedy. Lisa was known for her cheerful spirit, her kind heart, and her deep love for animals. On that night, Lisa didn't die alone. Her unborn child also died. Now, the police have only one thing left to do: seek justice. Fortunately, on the same day, Lisa's boyfriend was arrested for possession of cannabis. At that moment, the police didn't know that the person they had in their custody was a sadistic killer who had just murdered his girlfriend and his unborn child. Within hours, the whole truth came out. He was formally charged with murder, and his case was brought before the judges. But he didn't appear in court. Due to his deteriorating mental state, he was deemed unfit to stand trial.